Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Torchlight II. Let's continue. So we are in a shadowy crevice and we don't really have a reason to be here. We just found it, and so I'm doing an experiment, I guess, on what happens if you enter an area before you have a quest. Will you pick up any quest items that need to happen? Will you run into any boss that need to be defeated? Or am I setting myself up for major time waste in that I may very well end up having to just walk through an entire a completely empty tomb. Also, a little bit lower on levels, but just by upgrading one of my moonstone statues, summoning strong enemies. Interesting. I think I had already learned that.
Become more experienced.
So the enemies I'm attacking right now are taking more to kill. Nowadays, and they're hitting harder. So I can increase my armor just fine, but I do wonder if I also need to increase my strength. This guy is like interrupting me, I think. So I'm having a hard time killing him. I'm just trying to see where the end of this whole map really is. There's something, I'd say, a little weird around the idea of having flying enemies. I kind of wonder if you have an increased magic item find, that just means you run into an increased number of purple, uniquely named enemies. Or if this is just a case that Torchlight II, in particular, has been more balanced to make you run into more named enemies. What they're not doing, though, and it's kind of sucky that they're not doing that, is they're not giving you any real backstory. So I just killed a spider called Bone Master, and while that might be a unique name pulled from a list of unique names, it is not the Butcher of Diablo 1 fame, which I believe was one of the major Act 1 characters that you spent a lot of time hearing about, and then eventually take out. And Diablo in itself, like the entirety of Diablo 1, you hear about Diablo, you're working your way towards defeating Diablo. Here, I guess technically we're hearing about the Alchemist, and we're slowly working our way towards defeating the Alchemist. None of these dungeons have gone even 2 floors deep. So there seems to be a real desire here to keep everything somewhat simplistic. I don't know if these spiders just keep on coming no matter what, or if I'm doing something to actually trigger them. And just every time you're on a new floor, you're better off. Summoning with bot. This is exactly what I was talking about. Just named characters where the fact that they're named characters means nothing at all. I see a portal to the surface already, so it may very well be the case that I'm gonna have to come back to this area. I didn't know my right click attack actually even used mana. Interesting. So that does seem to imply to me that there's barely enough room even here for any big boss fight. So unless there was a portal that was here to a boss fight later, which is believable, it just did that area. And that doesn't feel right. And this load certainly doesn't feel right either. So we now know the moonstone summons enemies for you to fight. We have to walk all the way around to get the other enemies. This is where that verticality falls apart. Really would prefer the world to be flat. Visually it could look like it has some verticality, but in reality I want it to be completely flat. We can turn in this quest. Well, it sounds as though my process worked, but it doesn't sound like the risk is worth the reward. Still, if my surveys are accurate, it should be able to find another mana rift somewhere else, and with any luck it won't be as full of otherworldly monsters as that one was. Thank you for all you've done on my behalf. Please take the ember you recharged as payment for your effort. So, we now have this unique socketable. Charge rate could increase by 5%, or 10 mana could be stolen. I guess we'll come up here next and do the green side quest instead of the yellow main story quest. Just 31 gold in a random spot. Sundial has an identify scroll on it. I did get an achievement for using the TNT. But I just really don't know a point where I would want to transform my character with any of that fish items.
You're welcome.
Please take this as a token of my appreciation. So we could have an 85 helmet that's worse than what we have. We could have a two-handed gun that's worse than what we have. Or we can have a thing that's worse than what we have. Which one is the most valuable? I guess it's this middle one, so we'll take that. And you'll probably get more gold just by opening that chest next to him. Skull. I imagine we're gonna find this whole area here is just gonna hit a dead end.
Become more skillful.
Up to level 24.
My pack is full.
Okay. Skills. Charge bonus to do more of that. Elemental damage. Chance to get a 3% charge. I almost feel like having the chance kind of makes sense. So we'll do that. Then I think this is still healing me well enough. And I think we're just going to build ourselves into a corner where we always are going to be using these kinds of weapons. Axes, swords, hammers, staff, or polearms. Onslaught 1, though, actually does sound interesting. I just kind of want to get one of everything. Alright, and then if I pour everything into this, it's quite a bit until we even get a number 1 increase. But this goes up very high. I think I've leveled up twice. That would increase dodge by 1. So yeah, every point I point up here is increasing my left hand to that range where I could do 289. Although 144 seems to be the top out, so on the right hand. So if I did that much, strength 80, well, I wouldn't have enough to do that. Could do that. So I guess that's what we're going to choose. But that's not even dealing with the inventory issue. So we're looking for things that potentially would replace this, this, and this. So because we have this set, right now we're getting 1% increased magic luck find, plus enchantments, plus 10% damage being reduced, 2% gold find, and 1% experience gain. An experience gain alone is potentially worth keeping. If we could find something that replaced something else, that would be nice. I don't think really going to do that. This requires level 27. Continuously just looking. 173 two-handed. Not going to use a shield. 27 with 2 sockets is a slight increase, but probably not worth doing because of just the enchantment element there. You still get a little bit of a delay even after moving all those with the shift click. 9 with some mana recovery. Gold find versus magic luck find. We do want to keep this. Rift Ember as a unique socketable. We definitely want to keep. Yeah. There is this weird situation here where I am effectively so hyper-focused on getting magic luck finds going up, experience going up, gold going up, that the actual practicality of finding something that is just useful in the moment starts to go away. And I start to be too much of an artifact chaser. We're just going up and down the map effectively here, just trying to see what there is to see. What we're mostly seeing is a bunch of empty spaces. Fish while in the middle of fighting. Apparently not. Well, you can fish in the middle of fighting, it's just hard. Practically every attack you get, you eventually want to just evolve into having tendrils that would
Greetings, human.
So we freed these.
Hail, hero.
Okay. Don't think we're gonna do that. That's 91. Not gonna do that. So 85, 91. We'll take that.
Welcome, my friend.
154. We wouldn't use that. It's worth 85. This one is worth 91. So we'll take that. That Shrine of Healing came at just about the absolute perfect time. I'm noticing my health is low. I haven't summoned my little robot to keep me healed. I'm having to lean on the robot more. Once again, the procedural generation here, making a rough level design, and that we're going around in circles. It seems like it's just going to be standard that we're going to run into slaver camps. As a mimic. Every time it's hitting me, it's hurting itself. Interesting. My thanks, human. From what the Ezra scum said, their torturers were on their way, and I had precious little hope of holding out against their methods, let alone escaping. I need to remain here to ensure that the other captives make it safely back to Zephyrus, but I have further need of you. If you have the time. Okay, we're not going to use a shield. We're not going to use a two-handed. And this one is, I think, not really better than that. So we'll take the one worth 152 gold.
Greetings, human.
My friend, I have a mission for you. You may have noticed Ezra activity in the Ozran Waste. We believe that scouts are operating out of the Forsaken Vaults, but they appear so close to the city gates that we think they have a base much nearer, for which they are spying on us. We have narrowed it down to the possibilities, and I want you to look into Tower of the Moon and those in Waste to determine if there are any Ezra scouts there, and if there are any, deal with them.
You have a new quest.
And here we have another gratitude item. 88. 77. And it's not just price that we have to keep an eye on. It's also if something is going to do something more. And if this is like anything, if this is actually anything like Diablo, it may become a case where the 1% gold find, 1% magic luck find is the maximum you're ever going to find. So at best you're only improving your odds by about 10% if you get multiple items that have 1% gold find. So we continue all throughout the map, just clearing the area. Really just playing like we're on a berserk killing spree, more than actually having any logical motives. We want that XP. We want to be over leveled by several levels if we can.
Can't carry anymore.
And we want the stuff. Let's not forget about the stuff. Okay. So this would be a trade-off, but it's a worthwhile trade-off. 1% amount of experience gained instead of 2% magic item find. Let's see. So if that's what we're thinking, we'll keep that and we'll do that. Then we'll throw other things away. 48 seconds for a death claw. It does 133. But the damage per second is still lower, so that's not worth it. That's what this game actually does make it fairly easy to
Your
figure
pet's
out
inventory
which one.
is full. Your pet has departed.
29 armor versus 24. But that's kind of all it does. And it's a regent thing, but not part of the regent set. We'll sell this. We'll sell this. We'll sell this. Will we sell these pants? Not sure. Yeah, we will. These boots. We'll sell. We'll sell this. Sell that. One-handed but weaker, we'll sell that. 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 We're keeping this. And then we are thinking about replacing the pants. But no, I think we'll sell that one too. So, meanwhile, as we wait the next 9 seconds,
Your pet returns.
it is definitely becoming more and more often that we're having to send our dog. I'm not sure I really love the fact that just enemies seem to appear out of holes and such. Another realm portal, level 21 through 29. I mean, I guess we'll just take it. Yeah, unless that turns out to be something really different. I assume that was just there. I assume the Netherrealm portal lets them bring back some of the previous styles of enemies without having the storyline justify why those different styles of enemies would be there. Break off the armor on these armadillo-like creatures. Or you don't, and then it takes forever to defeat them. That came way too late. The meteor shower did. Pretty cool pod. Not sure what that really is. Swooping out of the air. Not a lot to say here. It's definitely just more of the same. Different enemies don't change it up too much unless they were going to have a high level of variety in their ways in which they attack and which you have to defeat them. This is some really narrow zigzag pathways. I would assume that this is leading towards something, but I'm not sure it's really leading to much of anything. It feels like this could just be some zigzag pathways towards an end that would maybe have a single chest at the end, and that would be the entirety of the experience, a portal back to the surface. Why can I not open the altar there? It wasn't letting me open it. If these Netherrealm portals say refreshed after 20 minutes of real time, maybe there would be an interesting twist there. So you could just come back and then maybe it would be a higher level the second time around. I don't know if my robot's still around. Yes, it is. That was a fairly strong boss. I don't think there's really a way to increase the difficulty on the game, nor do I think I really would engage with that, but this is feeling a little lackluster, I have to say. It does just feel like I should be getting more of a challenge. verticality is crazy. Just curving around. You can see that there's a big like mouth character in the background here, but I suspect that's really just decoration. I will say though that this at least feels different from Torchlight 1, where Torchlight 1 was very repetitive in that you would do like 5 levels and it would be the same visual theme, and then you'd go to a new 5 levels with a different visual theme. But that was it. It became very predictable, not particularly enjoyable, in that there wasn't really a lot of variety there. Of course. The right amount of variety is still up for debate. Definitely can see people saying that this is still very repetitive. I think you have to come into these games assuming that there will be a high level of repetition. That you're not going to get a game that is particularly long if you want completely unique, bespoke, or artistically created enemies and characters each time. The problem you might run into though with this game is that it may not be particularly long, and it may not have anything unique or bespoke around it. I guess we're going through the portal, and I think we've seen everything in this area. We shall see where the portal leads us. Back out. Yeah, I guess the twist now is that instead of having 5 levels that are all visually the same, they've created overworld maps that are about the size of 5 levels. Let's see. This would be something you would have to summon. This is something you'd have to use. This is something you'd have to use. Yeah, I really am only looking for passive things, so let's just unlock at least one of every passive, with the exception of this, which isn't going to help me. Then armor doesn't go up by even 1 unless I do that. Get vitality up to that point. Get that, so they're nice round numbers. And then once again, I think we already had agreed we were going to sell all of this. have to look too hard. These. And some of these weapons I could probably immediately ignore. Anyways, because they're just not the right kind of weapon.
Your pet is overburdened. Your pet has departed.
So, yeah. Again, we will look at items that could be sold. This is 7 with 2 sockets. This is 10 with mana and fire damage. There is a desire here to have weapons that are faster, even if they might do a little bit less damage per second, because many times there's going to be just 2 or 3 hits to kill somebody anyway.
My health is low. My health is low.
Whatever is attacking me is doing a very good job. Hit a point where I'm going to start needing these explosions. And or keep my pet with me. That was a demonic summoning path from what I can tell. Go ahead and start filling them up again. These boots are 10. These are 10 with health and focus. This one is 8 mana. Let's buy it. 8% to fire damage. I think this is worse. Actually, I'm getting quite a lot of items when I do get item drops. Although it does feel like what happens is you run into a chest, and then the chest decides you're going to get item drops to start with, and then there is a calculation of how many items you get from that triggered event, versus it being a case where you just always have an opportunity to get an item drop from any enemy. I guess maybe that optimizes things a little bit by not having you constantly need to worry about items being on the ground. Still trying to just make sure I'm going around the entire perimeter of this world. It does seem like there's just now in this area more cases of captured people that will give you rewards. 9 for 83, 120. Let's just take that. And each person I save seems to increase my fame, which does make it seem like there is a different kind of experience one could have if you didn't try very hard and didn't do any of the secondary actions. So this is the wall. It's just like a dune. Good to know, right? Invisible phase beast. Which has us go do a phase beast challenge. I guess the phase beast challenge this time is that they're going to get attacked by a big group of animals while being tempted. Guy's armor is thick. Look at all of that over there to pick up. Since undoubtedly we've left some stuff on the ground throughout the game, it would make a lot of sense for items that have been left to potentially be picked up by monsters and then become collectible a second time. Well, I already had a robot. My health was just low naturally there. I guess the bad play here would be to run through an area and let just a large group of enemies chase after you as the group would get bigger and bigger.
My pack is full.
Once again. Okay. No to that. 22 physical armor plus 12% physical damage versus 22 electric armor and attack speed. 40 physical armor plus 1 mana recovery plus 11 mana. This is actually better. So, although that reduces my health by 126, removes poison damage, there's just a significant larger amount of armor you're actually getting. And I think basic armor is going to become just more of a thing. We're going to have to hold on to this anyways. So I'll rethink my options. 9 versus 7 means that can go 11 with nothing else on it. Not gonna keep a shield. Not gonna keep that or that. Just increasing mana. It's not going to be anything I'm particularly excited about. Really can only go so much further, though, because it's funny at 1080p how you just have this tiny little screen here. Ice damage, 14 physical armor. Yeah. The hope here is we can just pick up everything. So I think we got everything. Purple items are requested, gold are unique and have the best enchantments. Alright. Waypoint portal scroll. That's what we're gonna do. Warp back to Zephyrash. We don't have a quest to turn in or a quest to pick up yet. Okay. Gym Smasher, Gym Saber. So here's the choice. Yeah. We destroy this item and recover the socketed items. That makes sense. I don't think we have anything else to do. Let's see. We have 3 of these. But it's important to point out that this requires level 14 items. So some of my items are going to have to start to be removed if I wanted to put any kind of better gym in them. Yeah.
You are fortunate.
So we just got a high grade socketable. Skull Dyke. Interesting. So these are the case that they have, instead of having it become something that's just stronger, once you get to a Flame Ember chip, it just becomes a high grade socketable, unique socketable, instead of just constantly going up and up and up.
Smiles on you.
Yeah, it seems like that is the case. That one is not a unique. This one was unique. So it seems like it's just a full-on gamble. 25% minion and pet damage. It's really good, but I can't actually wear it. A unsocketable, any unsocketed item, any gem, equal or greater to level times 2. So this is level 21. This is level 22. Just doesn't seem like you'd actually run into that scenario. Any unique item times 4. Yeah, that doesn't work. Just getting stronger health potions. We probably are approaching the point where we should start to think about getting stronger health potions. But I won't worry about that at the moment. We need to find our chest. But yeah, we don't have our chest here.
Greetings, human.
To drop items off into. How many of these do we want? Just get a couple of those.
See anything you like?
And then we're looking for any kind of unique set of anything. Or even if we could find a thing that would just increase our gold find or magic item find is really more what we're looking for. I think I can wear level 28 items. So maybe we are hitting a point where purchasing an item might be worth it. If it's the right item. Experience gained 1%. Before we... That's actually fairly cheap, but before we buy it, let's see if we have something better. Yeah, these are all sorted by type, so we're going to do that instead of that. And then sell that. 6% to amount of gold find. That is too big of a number to ignore. Well, we also can just sell all of these. Why does the sell all button not work? We have another set. Verify set items. Boots. These 2 socket boots would reduce our magic item luck find. These boots, though. No, I'm having trouble remembering to look on the left side because it kind of jumps back and forth depending on where the mouse cursor is. Now, I don't think you'd ever find an argument still to make me want to buy a weapon. You just pick up too many of them. Right. Shift click to sell. Should be putting us in a nice position as far as money too. At least until we start doing enchantments. Savage hammer's not good enough. Guess we had 3 of those. This one's too high. This one's too high. Gaston. So we have several different settings.
Welcome, my friend.
So what I want to do first is, guess we can do this.
You are fortunate.
These are different effects, even though it's the same style. So we're gonna travel back to the Enclave.
Yes.
Then I guess immediately we're gonna see if there's a regent set that we can find. Inherently, we may have just out-leveled the regent set. And it may be a case where what I really should have been doing, I need to look at this again because I wasn't actually checking for magic luck find items. Does this have magic luck? No, but it's experience. 2% magic luck find over experience. Now we have 2 things to consider. Could take this helmet. That's worse. It may be a case that really playing by yourself makes it impossible to actually get the equipment you would want, and that you're going to end up with just a set of equipment that you could either give to another player or you would run into a case of maybe playing the game a second time, and then you would have this powerful set you could wear. Of course, then that kind of destroys the real need to play a second
I am at
time.
your service.
There would really be a reason to come back and buy a lot of this stuff. Okay. So we have a level 6 unique item and a level 7 unique item. If I had another unique item, I might go and transfer that. And I guess I am now taking all of the gems, and we can evolve them up. And then let's find anything that's part of a set and start to put that away. This is a regent set. This is a regent set. This is a regent set. So 13 armor, 5% magic luck set, 13% there, 13% there. So we're gonna right click that, we're gonna right click that, and we're gonna right click that. Okay. Do we have anything else that's part of the regent set? Because clearly now this is just how this is all going to work. We have plus 5% to all damage. We can equip that. And then we should probably hold on to this and see if that's the right move. This is part of the Ghastly set. So there's an argument, since we don't have all three pieces now, take that off. Regent set. Am I wearing any part that is the Ghastly set? So where did the other Ghastly sets go? This is not worth keeping anymore. Magic Find. This is not worth keeping. Weirdly, this is worth equipping. Magic Find being more important than Gold Find. Rune Master, Cloven Hoof, Ghastly. So there's our 3 Ghastly set that you could give to a level 5 character. This Rune Master is level 7, this is level 9, this is level 15, this is level 15. This is level 33, level 25, level 23. So, yeah. I think it is becoming more and more obvious as far as what is going on here is that you can't use this but to just sell it. Okay, Asteria set is level 23. Do we have any other Asteria set? Yes, we do. But we only have 2 pieces that we could actually use. Region set now says sell this and this and this. Level 33 or vitality to Level 49. Grundig's Bastion. This would be all 3 pieces of the set. But one of them's a shield. Not very helpful. So that. Level 26. If I could just get my vitality up. Otherwise, I have no boots, and I have no chest armor.
Did you need something?
Gem Smasher versus Gem Saber. So we've just got a lot of gems now. Nothing I have right now actually makes that better. We don't have another unique item. We don't really have a way to increase our agility. So it's almost like the height of stupidness, but I think we're just going to play the game next time with nothing really preparing us.
Fortune smiles on you.
Any socketed item, any gem of greater, of equal or greater level times 2. Okay. So the level here. Okay, so we have a socketed item. Let's experiment with this. This is level 22. If we did this and this to it. Level 22, level 22, level 22. Doesn't seem like it's any gem of greater level times 2. It seems like it's greater level times 3, unless we're doing this.
Fortune favors you.
What did that just do? Imbue a massive amount of gold find into it? I don't know. One, 2, 30. This has no enchantments
You are
on it.
fortunate.
I don't feel like this is doing anything to it. And honestly, I was keeping this weapon, but I may not actually be able to do anything with the weapon. Bows and crossbows. But if we were to take this, any unsocketed item in any gym of... Oh, I see. So this adds sockets to items. Okay. That's level 21. That's level 8. That's level 8. That's level 22. That's level 8. So if we did this, this, and this, I suspect it's ignoring that and just making this. Yeah. Weirdly though, it is not upgrading them. The transmutation mutation here does something different. Okay. So that adds a socket to an item. Which item did we just add a socket to? I think we added a socket to this. Okay. So which one do we want to add health stolen per hit? Don't think we can do that for any weapons. So we put it in the region set to add health. Starting with that. Or do we put it here to add health? Okay. 3% to physical armor. Electric armor. Electric armor. Mana recovery per armor. Mana stolen.
You are fortunate.
Let's see, 7% to pet minion armor. Physical damage taken reduced by a certain amount. Potion effectiveness. 7% pet minion versus 6% pet minion. This won't work because that's level 12. Will work for some reason on level 21, even though it seemed to require a level 22. Let's see. Fire armor, electric armor, unique socketable. Charge rate increased by 5%. Can't go in there. Let's see. Okay. Any unique items? We don't have particularly unique items unless you were going to say that these were unique items, and I don't think you could say that. So this piece of armor here is useless. So I should just equip that as quickly as possible. And then I should... Yeah. So we've got 3 pieces that we are sitting on. Where the rest of this? I'm pretty sure we're selling. With perhaps this one we're holding on to for a while. Because, unless I killed 20 goblins, which I'm not sure I even would be able to. Yeah, that's actually the unique item. That's an augmented weapon, and I haven't killed any goblins with it, so having this many sockets is not actually useful. There, and then put everything else away.
How may I help
Now we are in the matter of enchantments. This is part of the region set.
Fortune smiles upon you.
You can do 2 enchantments. So we should focus on the region set first.
Fortune favors you. You are fortunate.
It definitely was a case in Torchlight 1 that you would just end up spending all your money trying to get enchantments.
You are fortunate.
And you would have a high chance of failure. Here, it just doesn't feel like that's the case. If anything, it just feels like money becomes an issue. So there's a reason this doesn't have a gem in it. There's a lack of funds to get enchantments up to 2 on all of the items we already have. And arguably, I am just waiting to get a unique ring to replace that. We're still looking for the final 4th regent piece, whatever that may be. And we are trying to get our level just high. Our vitality right now is 35 plus 7, which should mean that we can wear this, getting our physical armor up to 105. All these numbers up here, I guess, mean that. Easy to overlook that. And allowing me to swap that item out too. Although I'm not sure I want to get rid of plus 5% to all damage. It is, again, really a situation where you're only keeping this for if you're playing multiplayer, or if you were planning on doing a second playthrough and you were going to use that equipment in your second playthrough, which would then make the game easier, but the game probably will scale, so it wouldn't make the game that much easier. And these stats overall are still not something you really need to look at. Let's see, let's double check my inventory. Neither one of those have a gem in them.
Greetings, human.
Yeah, so I just don't think I want to keep an item forever or transfer back to the chest just for minus 5% damage overall. So we've gone long here today. And we've made, I guess, a good amount of experience. We're at level 25. It does kind of feel like you'll be somewhere close to level 100 at the end of the game. Although, who knows? Story could go in different directions. You could potentially side with Alchemist right as you're about to seemingly beat the game, and then end up fighting all your way back towards Torchlight and doubling the length of the game, or something else like that could happen. It definitely was the case in Diablo 1 and Diablo 2 that there were points where it felt like, oh, you're about to beat the game, and there still was 20, 40, 60 hours more of gameplay. Anyways, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and keep on watching. Thanks.